What's going on, YouTube? This is Keith with Less Magic, More Gathering. And we are going to look at a new deck that we've thrown together here. I call it Moose 2.1. I actually had someone pick some numbers for me and help me randomly select a card out of the cards that I owned. So the card that he ended up picking for me was Profane Procession. We threw some stuff around it, and I've played a few games with it, and it's actually a pretty decent deck, just based on literally tossing cards together. So let's take a look here. It's kind of got a zombie theme, especially early in the game. We got 3 Diregraf Ghoul, 3 of the Doomed Dissenter, 3 Death Baron, a couple Midnight Reapers, a couple Phylactery Lich, and then also in the 1-drop slot we've got 3 copies of the Fountain of Renewal, which is going to be one of our artifacts we can use with the Phylactery Lich, and we've got 3 Chaos Wands also. And then the random card that was selected, we got 4 Profane Procession, and then in the in-game here we've got some Settle the Wreckage. We've got 1 copy of Jozu Vest, just in case we get a whole bunch of mana out there and need a place to spend it. We've got some Vraska's Contempt, Rise from the Grave. Put in 2 copies of Vengeant Vampire. If you haven't seen this one, this is out of the, it's either the Holiday Pack or the Welcome Kit. It's a specific card that you can only get by buying that kit and entering the code. But it's a pretty good card, especially in this deck. 4/4 with lifelink. When it dies, you destroy an opponent's creature and gain 4 life. So, pretty good late game creature. And then we've got a couple copies of Ethereal Absolution. One thing that I didn't have that I wish I had more of was the rare black and white lands. So we've got 4 Forsaken Sanctuaries and 4 Guild Gates, and then we got 2 Isolated Chapels and some basic lands. So we're going to jump into a couple games. I literally have not been playing any ranked anymore. I really just got tired of playing mono red and mono blue and whatever mainly just mono red was driving me bananas. Any deck that I played, it just seemed like it was, if I didn't tailor it to specifically play against mono red, it would match me up with mono red every time and I'd just get whooped. So we're going to play unranked because I don't care about the ranking so much as I just want to get interesting games. So let's jump in here and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into. Taking a minute to find a partner. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, here we go. So, we're going to mulligan this. We've got nothing for quite a while, so that's better. We'll go ahead and keep that just so we know we've got the mana for Vraska's Contempt when we get there. This starts out a little bit slow, so none of our 1-drops, none of our 2-drops. Luckily, our opponent looks like they're going to be playing a heavy removal package, so they're going to kill anything we play, and then hopefully we can take over in the late game. Now, since they didn't play a creature, I'm going to go ahead and drop the Midnight Reaper. Get some of that removal out of their hand. Hopefully it'll be a murder or a cast down so we can draw another card. You can't murder it until it's on the battlefield, bro. You don't have any black counter spells. Let's go. There you go. Now kill it. There you go. Must be new. Yeah, I just didn't want it to be an exile spell, so that lets us draw another card. You know, that's a good draw. We just need to get to the point where we can get an artifact out there. And then against a deck like this where they've got a lot of removal, the Phylactery Lich is actually pretty good. They have to use exile effects on it. We must be playing somebody that's new to Magic, because they just don't know what any of these cards do. There we go. They flash in a Hired Blade, so we will probably go ahead and Vraska's Contempt that. No, we won't. We'll just Profane Procession it. Alright, so I think what we're gonna do is get rid of their flyer, and then next turn we can go Fountain of Renewal and Phylactery Lich and get rid of another one of their creatures. Nope, we can't do all that, can we? You know what I meant. You know what I meant. You got it, bub. Hit me for 3. There we go. Cast your spell. This person's slow. I don't know what there is in the way of enchantment removal in mono black. So that's a thing. So we'll go ahead and get our Fountain of Renewal out there and follow that up with a Phylactery Lich. And if they've got the exile spell, that's really okay. I don't think we're in a bad position here just yet. If they've got Vraska's Contempt. You still have to wait until it enters the battlefield though. Dagger Day. Dagor Day. Dagger Day. Let it resolve, and then you can kill it. Maybe. You got it, buddy. It's down there in the right corner. There we go. Now we're in business. Now we're in business. So we're really in a pretty decent spot here. Like I said, if he's got Vraska's Contempt, he can get rid of my Lich. If not, I can get rid of his Hired Blade, and almost anything else that he puts out won't be much of a threat. So we'll see what happens. Maybe. He can get rid of the Fountain of Renewal, maybe? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. He's pretty slow, thinking a lot. Got a lot of thinking to do here. Playing a Knight of Autumn to destroy... Nope, that's wrong colors, isn't it? There we go. So he just passed his turn. We'll go ahead and get rid of his Hired Blade. Pretty easy decision there. We'll go ahead and swing in with our Lich and then play our Ghoul. And then he will, I'm going to assume that he's going to use some kind of removal on the Diregraph Ghoul. It's no big deal. I mean, we'd obviously much rather have the Phylactery Lich anyway. So that'll get a removal spell out of his hand. Maybe not. I don't know what he's holding, so a lot of this is just going to have to be a wait and see. But if he casts a creature spell, we can Profane Procession, and that'll flip, and then we can start recasting their spells against them. So we got a Rise from the Grave. Yeah, we're just going to wait. I mean, this is a good time to hold our position here. If he casts something, we can exile it right away with the Procession. It's not really a big deal. I don't know what his deck's trying to do. All he's done is play those 2 spells and 6 lands, so I haven't seen anything else. But we're going to hang out, see what happens. A little Gravedigger action, so we'll get rid of that right away. And then we can replay his spells against him. And we should get a concede here pretty quickly, I think. And then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got enough that we can cast another Profane Procession. Go ahead and swing in. And then let's put Vampire Sovereign out. And one this I don't typically remember this, but you can use the ability here from Tome of the Duskrows as an instant ability. So at the end of their turn or in combat on their turn, whatever the case may be. He keeps saying oops. I don't know what the heck's going on here. We're just gonna kill him. There we go. Got the concede. So that was a pretty good example of how the deck's supposed to work, but I don't know that it was a good competition there against whatever Dagur was trying to do. So we'll get another game in here, see if we can get another victory. V for victory. I guess we're gonna keep this. It's another hand that starts out pretty slow. But we've got some good creatures in our hand. See what happens. First couple turns are going to be tap lands. Nothing we can do anyway, so not a big deal. Looks like we're going to play some dinosaurs. Is everybody else guessing dinosaurs too? I'm guessing dinosaurs. It'd be nice if we could get one of our artifacts here early. Now it would really be nice. So I think we go Midnight Reaper this turn, then we'll follow it up with a Death Baron. If we play the Midnight Reaper and they kill it, then we get to draw a card. If we play the Death Baron and they kill it, we get nothing in return. And that's bad. Okay. That'll let us swing in for 4. He's ramping up to something big. I'm actually pretty nervous. I wonder what it's gonna be. We need one more land to be able to get Settle the Wreckage. Itali's pretty good. So, does Itali have Trample? Itali doesn't have Trample. I'm not really that concerned about him casting our spell. So we'll hold back. And we'll probably just block with the Doom Dissenter unless it dies. So that we can get a 3/3 with Death Touch. Carnage Tyrant has the Trample. So that's not really good. What did he get from us? Oh, he did get a Profane Procession, so we don't like that very much. But he can't activate the... Oh, yes he can. Oh my gosh, that's bad. Man! That's bad. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We still don't have an artifact here. But we've got Settle the Wreckage mana, so we'll hopefully be able to get rid of a Carnage Tyrant and an Itali this turn. And that'll leave him top decking. And I don't think we've got an answer for a Profane Procession. So that's bad. That is bad. Man, are we just dead? I think we're just gonna be dead. And that's sad. Well, we don't have... He doesn't have trample. So, that's okay. If we can get a profane procession of our own, that'd be pretty decent. So, we're still just kind of left leaving up, settle the wreckage here. See what kind of swings we get. And this is part of building a new deck, you know, you got to figure out what you're susceptible to, and this is very susceptible to enchantments because we don't have any enchantment removal. So, that happens. We'll see what comes from the attacks here. Hopefully he swings all out. That's good enough. We'll get to cast one more of our spells. We will settle the wreckage. So that bought us some time anyway. We are going to need to get our own profane procession. That'd be nice. Or an artifact that would let us get our Phylactery Lich out there would be good too. Although he could exile it with profane procession, so it wouldn't help too awful much. So if we don't do anything, we're just... No, not that. If we don't do anything, we just kind of start to lose. We can get this out. It makes him exile a not very good creature. That is one lesson that I've learned with profane procession, is sometimes it's worth it to wait for your opponent to cast a good creature, rather than taking out their Diregraph Ghoul or Doom Descender or something like that. I'm gonna guess we don't get any attacks here. Give us a chance to get our Vengeant Vampire out, which will be good. If he uses the Profane Procession, of course. We don't want to do that until he's got that flipped. Which it looks like... Nope. That's green. So he's got those two back. That's bad. Bad. There we go. Now we can at least get out our Phylactery Lich. We can start to gain some life. He can exile it, but he can't cast it unless he has an artifact in play. So that's good news. And then we will be able to cast our other Phylactery Lich once he flips the procession. So that's the plan. Still not sure if we're going to be able to come back from this, but we're going to give it a heck. We've got a couple of the Vengeant Vampires that we can use to... Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt a little bit. So he is going to flip that, but he didn't get a ton of value from it. He gets good value from that, though. And 7, that's game. I don't know why he only swung with 1. That's like just being a jerk. He had the damage to kill us. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think he had 18 on board. I'm not going to go back and look at it, but just swinging with 1. What a jerk. Do the math. Put me out of my misery. Put me out of my misery. Yeah, he got lucky. Well, it seems rude to say someone got lucky, but the fact that he got the Profane Procession from us was a lucky chance. After I said I'm not really worried about him being able to cast our spells against us. He hits the one spell that I really kind of didn't need him to have. We would have been in a much better position had that not happened. We're going to keep it. We still need an artifact. We don't run a ton of artifacts in this deck, so that kind of slows us down with the Phylactery Lich sometimes. Oh, I will give you a hello as well, sir. We'll go Doom to center here, and then we can get our Profane Procession online next turn. Yeah. And we're gonna still obviously need some more lands to get that thing really going. Nah, I got 3 in my hand, douche. So now we'll see how many Mortifies he's got. See if he's got as many Mortifies as we have Profane Procession. No, but he's got the Enforcers. There you go. We're not going to attack here. It seems like our blockers are keeping his at bay a little bit, so we will just get some mana. That's a good one to exile. Something with Afterlife. There we go. Leave up our creatures as defense. Exile his stuff. Take it from him. It's all good. And hopefully we'll hit an artifact one of these days and be able to get our Lich out. It can be, I guess it's pretty expensive to spend 5 to get rid of these, but the nice thing is we'll be able to cast them and use them against him. Unless he hits a Mortify. If he gets a Mortify, that stinks. It's okay, we got another one for you. Let's do this instead, though. Now, still, let's not attack. Let's leave our defenses up. He's got one dude with Death Touch, no big deal. That's a really good target for the old Profane Procession. We'll see if he's got the next... If he's got another removal spell for it. Oh my gosh, he doesn't! We win! So that's it. You know, quick video. I'm going to show off this deck one more time. Because like I said, I've been having good luck with it. Let's look at it in this format here. 1-drops, we got 3 of each on the Diregraph Ghouls and the Fountain of Renewal. It starts out very zombie-ish. We got 3 of the Doom Dissenter as well, and 3 Death Baron. And then we've got 2 Midnight Reapers and 2 Phylactery Lich. These are all zombies. So they all benefit from Death Baron. And I started out, I had Liliana in here, but she didn't really fit. It was the zombie Liliana. She didn't really fit the deck, so we dropped some things out and added in some spot removal and some mass removal. And then, where was I? I had covered these creatures. We've got, obviously, the Profane Procession that I had talked about. That was a good pickup. And a few Chaos Wands just to give us another artifact. And there may be other artifacts that are better suited there, like your treasure map, things like that. But I like the Chaos one. It's fun. It's fun to use. So we've got these so that we can activate the Phylactery Lich and get him online. Then we've got just a single copy of Josuves, a couple Settle the Wreckage and Vraska's Contempt for removal. We've got Rise from the Grave, 4 copies, because we're hopefully going to be able to get our creatures back when we need them. And sometimes there's going to be situations where we've got our Death Baron on and we're able to kill our opponent's stuff and we want to be able to get them back. So a few copies of Rise from the Grave never hurt anybody. And then the kind of unusual card in the deck, I guess, is the Vengeant Vampire. 6-drop 4/4 lifelink. When it dies, you get to destroy an opponent's creature, gain 4 life. It only is available, like I said at the beginning, from the welcome pack. You get the welcome pack, you get the 5 foil, specific cards that are only available in that pack, and they give you a code so you can get them all on Arena as well. So if you haven't seen those, check them out. 2 copies of Ethereal Absolution, because it's just one of my favorite cards in the whole set, and a bunch of lands that don't really matter because I don't have the lands I'd like to be using in here anyway. So if you like it, let me know. Let me know what you might do differently, changes you might make, stuff like that, down there in the comments. And I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Deuces.